Good evening, guests and fellow Toastmasters. A very warm welcome to meeting number 32 of the Gabbys International Club. I am Toastmaster Yogita Upadhayay, your Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. As a Sergeant at Arms, it's my duty to highlight some key points for the meeting. The meeting is blocked for 2 hours, also urging you to stay for the entire duration to get the maximum benefit out of it. Your video should be on and audio should be off, and you're requested to unmute yourself when you're called to speak or need to speak. Regarding the topic of sex, religion, and politics, even though Toastmasters International does not put any restrictions on speaking, at the Gabbys Toastmaster Club, we request all the speakers and role takers to be mindful and responsible and abstain from expressing any controversial views on these sensitive topics. Our club mission is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Let me now hand over the stage to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Mita Shah. Mita Shah is a teacher by passion and profession with a focus on building a strong foundation through early childhood education for children. Toastmaster Mita, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much to Sergeant at Arms Yogita Upadhayay for such a wonderful introduction. That was our Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting, Toastmaster Yogita Upadhayay. Let's give her a huge round of applause. Happy evening to family members of Gabbys, guest Toastmasters, and guests. On this note, I call open this meeting number 32 of the Gabbys International Toastmasters Club to order. We, as a club, sincerely appreciate that every time we get an opportunity to welcome so many guests and visiting Toastmasters regularly to join our club meetings upon invitation. I would like to take this opportunity to share the stage with few of our guests and visiting Toastmasters today. May I request guest Rashmi M. Are you a Toastmaster or a guest? Can I have your introduction about yourself, your name, profession, and how can you came to know about Gabbys in 30 seconds? Rashmit M.
Hi, can you hear me and see me, guys?
Yes, you are audible.
Hello. Sorry, I was just out drenched in rain. So I got to know I'm Rashmit Malhotra. I'm based out of Nasik. 11 years of experience in learning and development. I work under the umbrella of soft skills, personality development, and communication coaching. I work with Accenture and I also do freelancing. I got to know about this Gabbys Toastmaster Club from one of my friends, Darshini Shivakumaran. And thank you for having me today here. I'll just tie up my hair and be back after 10 minutes, please.
No problem. Welcome.
Looking forward to the session. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much. Now, may I know Ritu Singh? Are you a Toastmaster or a guest? Ritu Singh? Okay, Munish Gupta.
Good evening, everybody.
Yes, good evening. May I know your introduction?
I am associated with the Toastmaster City Beautiful TM Club in Chandigarh. That's an online club.
Okay, welcome to the Gabbys Toastmaster International Club.
Thank you.
Yeah, any more? Can I see any guest? Okay. So thank you for all the Toastmasters guests as well as the guest. Thank you so much for joining our Toastmasters meeting. Now, for the benefits of guests, let me share a brief history about Toastmasters. The first Toastmasters Club was founded in 1924 at Santa Ana, California by none other than Dr. Ralph C. Smedley. To be specific, Toastmasters is a 100 years old non-profit organization spread across 149 plus countries and 16,000 clubs across the globe. I may say it is an institute to practice communication and leadership skills. The mission of the club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience resulting in a greater self-confidence and personal growth. Now, today we have some special theme. So let me know how many of them you are aware of robots used in a larger way in which country? Can you anyone name? Anyone is aware where it is used? Which country uses robots?
Japan.
South Korea. South Korea uses the most robots, probably.
Yes, so thank you for so much. Now, for more about that, we have someone special who will take us on this journey of robotics. So let's hear more about today's theme of robotics. Let's introduce Toastmaster of the day, who is anxiously and eagerly waiting to take us in the world of robotics. He is a mechanical design engineer at a robotics startup. He is an avid reader and a fitness enthusiast. To improve social confidence and expand network, he joined Toastmasters. Please help me to welcome our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sreehari Acharya. The stage is yours. Sreehari.
Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Mita and Shah, for such a wonderful introduction. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I am the coolest guy in the eyes of my cousins, kids, and their friends. Whenever I'm at a family functions or events, I'm often swarmed with questions about cartoon robot characters, fictional robot shows, and brainstorming the creation of brand new characters. I'm always happy to fuel their curious little brains with imaginations of futuristic robots and AI marvels. Yes, today's topic is robotics. So why have I chosen this? Because since my graduation, I have been working for a robotic startup that develops quadrupeds, which are dog-like robots with easy-to-use technology. You must all be thinking, what a cool job I have. I know, right? Now, my work as a mechanical engineer is to convert a lump of raw materials into a fully functioning product. Then it is the role of the AI and ML engineers and the control engineers to give soul or the consciousness to the robot and making it walk and run on the different terrains. I would like to hear from the audience what comes to their mind when they hear about robotics. Any movie or gadgets that you have been using? Any robotic gadgets?
Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
Terminator 2. Okay, I have forgotten. What's the synopsis of that movie, by the way?
It's they're robots who are coming back to, they're going back in time and they're trying to kill John Connor. So Arnold Schwarzenegger plays the robot in it. So yeah, that's my limited version of robotics there.
Okay, fantastic. I'll touch about this dystopian future of the robotics at the end. And anybody else?
iRobo is
iRobo, Will Smith, yes.
Smith movie, yeah.
And what do you think of iRobo? Have you seen the movie?
Yeah.
Okay, and next, Rashmeet. Yes, please
It's
go ahead.
robot trying to attack humans. That's how it is. It will start to portray and then
Right.
things change.
Any optimistic movies you guys have seen? That's all very...
I have seen the new one which was Shahid Kapoor and Kirti Sanon. That was Teri Baaton Mein Aisa Uljha Jiya.
Wow.
And robot, I think my cousin was in US when she was in States. She had sent me a video, and I think she's got that robo here also that used to clean, sweep her room up. So that one I know, the small one, round thing. I don't know
Oh,
what it's
vacuum
called.
robots.
Yeah, that one. Yeah,
Okay.
she had it for cleaning. Yeah.
It's in India.
She used to have it in US. I don't know whether she's got it here or not.
Okay,
She used to
because
send us videos and she used to show us, oh, see, the robot is cleaning. Because we used to tell her, we used to always have a debate. See, India is so much better because you get domestic help. So she's like, I have a robot here.
Oh,
So she would show it to us on videos and calls.
fantastic. I believe in Indian household spaces, it's pretty much dense and it's difficult for the vacuum robots to navigate and develop the perception algorithms for that. And I think that's why we don't see that very much in India, I believe. I hope that's a new market for robotic startup to start developing vacuum robots.
We have vacuum robots in India. In fact, Eureka Forbes has one, and it is designed to,
Which company?
Eureka has a vacuum robot.
Okay.
Shah, yeah. And it is marketed in India. It is, first of all, it's very expensive compared to a domestic made. And second of all, truly speaking. And second of all, the relationship that house owners have with domestic maids, chai pe charcha and all those things, that a robot can't replace yet. So this is the huge discussion which happens in, I think, a lot of households right now.
Okay. I'll come back to you all at the end. And yes, Diana, could you please tell us in the chat? And yes, Mukund Joshi.
Yeah, there was a very old movie of Shah Rukh Khan and Kareena Kapoor on robotics. I think the name of the movie was Ra 1 or something like that. A very badly made movie. I think the director couldn't stick to his robotic theme, and the robo started playing like a human, falling in love with Kareena and all that stuff.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's a not so good movie by Shah Rukh Khan, right? Yeah, we were all disappointed.
That happened in Rajnikant's movie as well, right?
Yes. Entiran. Yeah. I'll touch on all the topics and get back to you all. Just hold on to that thought. We'll talk about this. Now let's move on to the next part. For the benefit of the guests, I would like to explain the structure of today's meeting. In a regular Toastmaster meeting, we have 3 sections. First one is prepared speech section. Second is table topic section. And third one is evaluation session. We have a special team to help us keep moving forward with the session. With that, let me introduce the head of our team, GE Jitender Rulaniya. He is a travel enthusiast who is interested in different culture and values. Proficient horse rider and believes in the circle of influence, always focusing on things which he can control. He's passionate about running. It's like a meditation for him. Please put your hands together for the general evaluator of the day, Jitender Rulaniya.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sreehari. Today, my role as a G, let me explain that what is the purpose and why it is important. The purpose of General Evaluator is to evaluate everything that takes place throughout the meeting. I will take notes on everything that happens and doesn't happen during the meeting. I'll evaluate each participant on the meeting and look for a good example of preparation, delivery, content. And my endeavor is to give feedback with precision of robot. As you are aware that meeting will last for 2 hours and I cannot do everything on my own. So in order to support in this endeavor, we have TAGL team. So let me introduce our first team member, timer, Amit Gupta. Amit works as a data scientist in retail company. He keeps himself busy with sports, physical activities, and exploring new things. His life mantra is, let's help each other and grow together. So, Amit, could you explain the role?
Thank you, General Evaluator, for my introduction. So hi everyone, I am timer for this meeting, and I'm going to time like the speaker, evaluator, and the table topic speaker. Also, I will be showing different cards just to tell the speaker to know the remaining time by the green, yellow, and the red. So I will give a couple of example. Uh, so I will first show the different cards. Just 1 second. Yeah, so this is how I'm going to change the card. This is green one, then the yellow, and then the red one. Yeah, so the prepared speech that is going to be mainly 5 to 7 minutes. So at the 5 minute, I will be showing green card, 6 minute yellow card, and at the 7 minute red card. Similarly, in the evaluation session, which is going to be 2 to 3 minutes, at 2 minute, I will be showing green card, 2.5 minute yellow card, and 3 minute red card. In the table topic session, it will be for 1 to 2 minutes. So at 1 minute, I will be showing green card, 1.5 minute yellow card, and at 2 the red card. Other than that, the speaker will get 30 seconds of grace period from the both side. So this is all from my side. I will come up with the report at the end of the meeting. Thank you, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amit, for detailed explanation of the timer role. Now, second member of my team is Sourabh. Sourabh is playing a role of R counter. Sourabh is from Gurgaon and he's PMP certified. Also he's a strategy and transportation expert with 2 decades of experience in industry and management consulting. Currently AGM strategy at Adani. He balances his professional life with family time, travel, and photography. So Sourabh, could you please explain the role of R counter?
Thank you, General Evaluator. The purpose of R counter is to listen and make a note of unnecessary words and sounds used by all the speakers and role players of today's meeting. The report will focus on 5 major areas: filler words such as inappropriate interjections, for instance, and, well, but, so, the use of crunch words similar to basically, actually, this thing, repeated words or phrases, unintentional long or short pauses made by the speakers. I'll present my report at the end of the session to the General Evaluator during the General Evaluation session. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sourabh, for explaining the role. Now, third team member of my team is grammarian, Himanshu. Himanshu is a Toastmaster from last 9 years, agripreneur based out in Kanpur, who loves to debate and travel. So Himanshu, could you please explain your role as a grammarian?
Hi, am I audible?
Yeah, we can hear.
Yeah, I'm in a village, so I have to stand literally outside my house to get into signals. I'm the grammarian for the day, and my role today is to keep a note on all the good usages and not so good uses of the grammar. Also, I have to introduce the word of the day. The word of the day today is mollify, which means to appease someone or to reduce someone's anger. In a sentence, after winning the Euro after 14 years, a lot of Spanish fans would have been mollified by the performance. The phrase of the day is it's raining cats and dogs, which means it is raining very heavily, a very appropriate time of the month in my area. So as it is raining cats and dogs, it is all good for the farmers who are about to sow rice. Over to you, General Evaluator. I'll submit my report at the end of the meeting when called upon to do so. Thank you.
Thank you, Himanshu, for explaining your role. So now the last team member of my TAGL team is Ganesh. Ganesh is from Tamil Nadu, started as a software trainer, specializing in data management and analytics, now a co-founder of Alcor Consultancy. He serves as an OD consultant, helping organizations streamlining processes and develop strong company culture. So Ganesh, could you please explain your role as a listener today?
Thank you, General Evaluator Jitender. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'll be the listener of the day. One of the most sincere forms of respect is actually listening to what another has to say. So I'll be listening closely to everything said during the meeting and will draft short questions to test our listening skills at the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ganesh, for explaining the listener role. So I think now back to the TMOD, Sreehari.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for explaining your roles very well. And thanks to the entire team. Now let's move on to the first section, that is prepared speeches. Our first speaker is Smriti S. Mohanty. Smriti will be evaluated by Yogita Upadhayay. Yogita, you are already here, right? So could you please confirm your presence?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, okay. Smriti was a sales manager by profession and a certified soft skills trainer by interest. After almost a decade, she is now a full-time management student by the virtue of time. Outside Toastmaster, she is a mindful, introverted soul whose life revolves around food made by others, family, and dance. She is doing the level 2 project 3, path name Visionary Communication, project name Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring. This project is for the members to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. The purpose of this speech is for the members to share some aspects of previous experiences as a protege. Speech duration is 5 to 7 minutes. It's level 2, project number 3. And evaluator and the timer, please note down the speech length is 5 to 7 minutes. Speech title, Triad. Smriti, Triad.
What? Why you all are staring at me like this? With so many questionable expression. Few are like this. And few are like this. And few are least concerned and bothered what's happening around. But someone in particular was always concerned and bothered with this activity of mine. The activity of me gulping water directly from the bottle without breathing in between and exhaling loudly at the end. That's my mom. How? Is everything okay? Yes. Why? No. Why? Something is off. What? What's off? What's wrong? Me drinking water? It's not what you're doing. It's how you're doing. My mom always said that that particular way of me drinking water was not normal. Completely for me. Her intent was not to teach me drinking etiquette. However, she wanted me to enlighten with the concept of triad. Anyone in the audience could second me with a thought, or let me know if you came across this terminology with a virtual raise of hand. Triad. T-R-I-A-D. Let me explain. Triad has a couple of meanings. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Aparna. One of those are, a very specific meaning is a union or a group of 3 closely related person, things, or both put together. Now, if you are wondering how the concept of triad is related to my activity of drinking water, fasten your seatbelts and please hold to your chain of thoughts while I narrate my story of understanding triad. According to my mom, I drink water in this particular manner when I am anxious and scared. She feels I gulp to avoid the external noises or opinions. I exhale deeply to convince my brain not to change. Deep, right? But technically, she was right. On that miserable day, I made a big blunder at my workplace. Because of my misinterpretation of a sales deed, My company's association with an existing client of ticket size 10 crore was on stake, which means my job was on stake. The situation went alarming. The vice president sales got involved, the finance team from the head office, they started calling. I started receiving emails left, right, and center. So I did what I thought is the best thing to do. I left the office before my manager could show up. I put my phone on silent mode, rushed to home, and started gulping water. The issue was not my misinterpretation or lack of understanding about the sales agreement. My challenge was how I dealt with the situation post making a slip, an act of pure avoidance. I narrated the entire story to my mother, gave her all possible details, expressed my mindset openly, and answered to all her follow-up questions in between. In that moment, I had a triad. Me, my mom, and that giant monster with 100 heads, the stress. She made me food to modify my emotional state and then explained me the relevance of triad and the subtleness of attitude in the same. With her exposure and experience, she strongly believes that in every situation, first, it's important to identify the right person or things first and to build a triad. Afterwards, it's important to bring an attitude to set the tone, broaden the horizon of thoughts, and prepare yourself to respond or react. That day, my mom's illuminating thoughts had a huge impact on my action, just like a mentor has on his or her protege. I took some time, processed her advice, structured my thought, and the next day, I went to the office, had a dialogue with my manager, narrating my side of story. In those conversations, I developed a triad. Me, my manager, and my attitude of not being guilty, rather being very apologetic for my honest mistake. They say karma is a reflection. Hence, I faced the consequences. I was deprived of the mid-year appraisal, but hey, I didn't lose my job. That was a snippet from my life. Mom's input helped me. Those guidance and her advices helped me to frame my thought, build my triad in many other instances of life. Today, when I'm standing here narrating my story as a prodigy and also reflecting upon how Toastmaster envision the journey of mentorship, then this is it. Mentorship. It gives us an opportunity to build a strong triad. Be it within Toastmasters or outside. When you feel stuck, connect with the mentor, with someone who can offer you guidance and support, where definitely you also have to put some extra effort. Take that leap of faith and make your own triad. One being you, second, your mentor, and third, maybe an attitude you always desire. Well, in my moments of vulnerability, instability, I aim to set my triad and reset my attitude. When my emotions are overwhelmingly dripping, I take the journey from gulping to sipping. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Smriti, for that story and rationalizing the simple act of gulping the water down. We will all think about that when we have that next sip of water in the coming days. Okay. The next speaker was supposed to be Priyamvada Sharma. However, she could not show up because of medical emergencies. Okay. I want to confirm before moving on, to be continuing with my theme if there's a disqualification of timer with the speaker.
Yeah, so Smriti took 7 minutes extra. I mean, she took 7 minutes 37 seconds.
All right. All right, now moving on to my slides. Let me share my screen here. Host, could you please enable me to share the screen?
Yeah, I'm just doing that. Please check now.
Yeah. You can all see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, moving on. I want to share a brief about the robotics and AI and its types. So robotics and artificial intelligence are closely related fields that intersect in various applications and technologies. Robotics involves the design, construction, operation, and the use of robot to perform tasks in various environments. AI, artificial intelligence, refers to the simulation of human intelligence in machines that are programmed to think and learn like humans. To the right, you can see this is the world's first industrial robot, UNIMAC. It holds a significant historical importance in the field of robotics and automation. The other day, we heard from the GPT team that mass production and industrial automation being the revolutions of the 20th century. Well, this contributes to that. And what are the basic components of the most industrial robots? It's the first being the processor. It is equivalent to the human brain, processing information and making decisions. Example, Intel Core processors. And the next one is sensors, analogous to human sensors, that is sight, touch, gathering data from the environment. Examples could be any LiDAR or cameras. The next is controllers, similar to the human nervous system, coordinating actions and the movements. Example, PLC controllers such as Siemens S7 1200. Next is actuators. It is comparable to the muscles, converting signals into the physical motion. Example, servo motors and BLDC motors. And we have arms, analogous to human arms and limbs, providing mobility and manipulation capabilities. Example could be any robotic arms with joints and links. And end effectors. These are like icing on the cake, similar to human hands or tools used for specific tasks. Example could be gripping or tools like there are plenty of robots. And coming to the types of robots, first we have, well, there are two subsections. The first being the wheeled robot and the second is the walking robots. Wheeled robots are used primarily, they're easy to control and are mostly used in warehouses, surveillance, home security, medical, and healthcare. Where the wheeled robots cannot go, they have a hard time navigating in the different terrains, like rocky surfaces and steps. That's where walking robots like four-legged or six-legged robots comes into the picture. And next is the stationary robots. To the right, you can see automobile being assembled and welded by robots. And to the left is where you can see a robotic company named Kelvin 6K from Chennai, India. It is a stationary robot too, because a huge column is erected at the center of the construction place, and the arm, it lays the cement layer by layer, completing the construction. It does it fascinatingly well. The construction usually in India, if you talk to any constructors, it would typically take 5 years, whereas this robot could do in 6 months. Well, I know there's a real estate entrepreneur here in the group. I'd like to hear their opinions on this robot, whether they have come across such robots and if they have accelerated the entire process of the construction. And the next is the autonomous robot. To the left, you can see Mars, Mangalyaan rover, which is being sent to the Mars. And at the center is the home vacuum robot. And to the right is the Sophia robot. apparently the first robot to have the citizenship, right? And next is the virtual robots like, well, ChatGPT and like from the movie Ravan, how they experience fighting with the real persons using virtual robots, right? So that could be the example of virtual robots. I'll continue the sessions, but before that, let us have stop for a short break.
So we'll meet at 7:40, everyone.
Yeah, it's 35 now. We'll meet at 7:40. All right, we are back. I hope you have all revitalized your energies because this is where the more spontaneity and actual fun starts. Now we have what is called a table topic session. For that, I'd like to have table topic master Esha Roy. Dr. Esha Roy, an internal medicine specialist fluent in Hindi and Bengali, studied in Delhi, Bangalore, and Andhra Pradesh. Known for her jovial nature and love for anecdotes, she enjoys audiobooks, podcasts, music, and sketching anatomical drawings. Balancing a packed schedule with her helpfulness, she is learning to relax and appreciate life's subtleties. Over to you, Dr. Esha Roy.
Good evening, Toastmasters. Welcome to the table topic session of today's meeting. Many of us consider that this is the most challenging and most rewarding part of a Toastmasters meeting, and rightly so, because table topics prepare you for impromptu speaking. During a table topic, I will invite a member of or a guest or to attempt a table topic. I will give out the topic once the participant confirms their willingness to attempt the topic. While you are free to volunteer, we may not be able to accommodate all the volunteers. At the Gabbys, we believe in giving opportunity to those who are more keen to participate and those who require a little nudge. I will be using my discretion as a table topics master. In case we are not able to give an opportunity to a volunteer, please don't be disheartened. There will always be one more meeting. There is never a dearth of opportunities in Toastmasters. Each speaker will get 1 to 2 minutes of to speak. You need to speak minimum of 1 minute and a maximum of 2 minutes 30 seconds to qualify for polling. Green card will be shown at 1 minute, yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red card at 2 minutes. You will get an additional 30 seconds grace time to wrap up your speech by 2 minutes 30 seconds. We will have around all the table topic speakers today, and each of them will be evaluated by a table topics evaluator during the general evaluation session. The table topics evaluator for today is Toastmaster Mukund Joshi. Can we have a round of applause, please? He is a finance he is a finance professional working for Capgemini as the director. He has been the president of Smedley's Speaker Society twice. He loves reading, public speaking, and currently he is learning golf. Now, can I have a raise? Can I have some everyone raise their hands? Whoever is interested in speaking in the table topics. Yeah. Okay. Diana, please talk on this topic. Your human owner thinks you are old and redundant. Express what is your line of thought.
Table topic master, please share Diana's topic on the chat box. She will be writing, and you can give the second topic to second speaker.
Should I proceed to the next topic?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Will Diana speak?
She will chat. I mean, she'll write and give later on at the last.
Okay.
So you can start with Nupur is just raising her hand. You can give her.
Yeah. Nupur, can you speak on the topic? You are a sports coach who wants a robot. Explain the advantages of having one.
Can you please repeat the topic?
You are a sports coach who wants a robot to help you. Explain the advantages of having a robot to help you.
Okay. So good evening, everyone. So I think sports, it's such an important part of your life because nowadays we are all searching ways to be healthier. And this is one thing that not only builds your physical health, but also your mental health. But sometimes as a coach, I don't want to spend my time and energy on showing the same movements repeatedly. For example, if we take football, I can show the person I'm coaching, that this is the way you need to kick. But if I had a robot which will analyze it and catch the things that even human eye cannot, because we know that human eye cannot catch everything, determine the pattern in which he's kicking, the mistakes that he's committing, it'll be so much easier for me. I can show them one kick, they can practice it for the rest of the day, and then come back, analyze with the help of the robot on what are the mistakes that they did. Because we as humans have a tendency to repeat our mistakes and do the same mistake again and again. So we can come back, sit, analyze along with the person that is, practicing, and find better ways to modify his kicks or his stamina, or for that matter whatever the mistakes that he's committing. So I think a sports coach is a person who is very much in the need of a robot, and that's one field that has not been explored. It needs to be explored. And not only that, it can obviously provide, analyze the person and give them the nutritional diet that they are supposed to follow, the methods that will reduce their injury, and several other things that we as humans may not feel the need to, but it is important in a participant's or a sports person's life to analyze these things. So thank you.
Wow, thank you. Next, who would like to take a topic?
Manish.
Yeah. Okay. So you have to convince the board in your organization why robots are better than human employees.
Why robots are better than human employees?
Yes, sir.
Good evening, everybody. Why robots are better than human employees? Human employees, sometimes you are frustrated. They make an excuse that today they have to go to their relatives' birthday or somebody's death. They have lame excuses every time. And robots will never make an excuse. And this, to keep an eye on this human, you have to install a machine that they have come or not. They have to go for attendance. But these robots, once they will come, there's no hour, there is no off, there is no, they will work 24/7. But the human will take off to have breakfast, lunch, dinner. That's a time wastage because we want to get the job done. Especially if the lady is working in your home as a domestic help, she works, she makes lame excuses. And if you say something to her, she becomes offended and you have to then butter her up because you know that if she leaves the job, the next whoever will come, maybe she will be worse than that. It's better to keep her happy. But if the robot is working, robot is doing the cleaning job at your home. Any time, any moment, you can give this task to the robot. If suppose somebody has come in the evening in our home and the home becomes dirty and we can't call the maid at that time, she has gone. And that time, to be in a comfort zone, we can say to the robot, do this our task. A robot will do it. Robot will never make an excuse. He is not well. Robot. And that's the reason many people want that time should come. Our work should be done by robot. So we should not be dependent on this. And after every year, they say that they want to increase the salary. And sometimes we are not also it's a mess. Economy is down. We can't increase the salary. Once we bought the robot, so we do not have to pay extra money for that. Only we have to charge to get the job done. So I think It's 100% best to have a robot, to buy it once and not to have to pay monthly to all those workers, those who work with us. Thank you.
Okay, can I call Shravan Kumar?
Yes, Toastmaster Shah.
Yeah. So your robot wrote a blog post on your behalf. Now you are being accused of copying. Defend yourself.
Could you repeat again?
Yeah. Your
robot
wrote a blog post on your behalf. So now
Okay.
you're being accused that there is a violation of copyrights. So how would you defend yourself and the robot?
Okay. Fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests, suppose if I employ a robot on behalf of me to write a blog post, if the regulations are not in place, that like an electronic signature is linked to the person and legally bind to the person. If my robot is not authorized by me legally, suppose if we don't have that kind of regulations, definitely there will be problems of copyrights and all problems we can legal problems we can expect. That's the reason there should be a legally I will go with that. In case if there is any law that says that robot should not copy the others content, then I will defend, because we don't have regulations now, so I can defend confidently. But regulations are definitely required. Tomorrow somebody may copy my content and they may claim that their own. So I will go through the regulations and then I will defend on. I will definitely stand on that regulations. In case if there is any mistake from my robot, definitely I will accept the mistake and admit that, and I will pay penalty for that, and then I'll take back. Otherwise, I will, if there is any regulation in place, and I am confident that my robot didn't copy the others, then definitely I will do that. But before designing my robo, I will definitely ensure that my robo is not copying others' content. I will keep that clause in the robo itself. So I will take that precaution. Being a compliance person, I will definitely take that precaution. That's my take on this topic. Thank you, Toastmaster Isha, for asking this question. Over to you.
Okay. So next, I would like to call Akila. Sunil Gupta. Sunil Gupta. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah. So you're deciding a name for your robot. What is the line of thought that is going on in your head when you're deciding a name for your robot?
Name. First of all, the thought will come to my mind that how much it is helpful to me. So I will name it that Sunil number 2. Because whatever I will instruct it will work. So it's a, you can say, a clone of mine. And at a household, he will work whatever I will instruct him. So I think if I give the name Sunil 2 to my robot, it would be appropriate and easy to understand for people that who this robot is. Another thing is that he will work in place of me. So its identity should be like my identity, like my name. And I think the answer for your question is just naming. So I would name it Sunil 2, and I think it's appropriate. Thank you. Back to you, TTM.
Okay. Who wants to go next? How about Ritu? Does Ritu want to go next?
Can I go next?
Okay. So you are a school teacher who wants the help of a robot to maintain discipline. How do you think a robot will help you?
Okay. That's a nice question, Toastmaster Isha. And thank you for a good topic. If I was if I was a teacher and I want my things to be done by a robot, I would ask the robot to take the attendance of the students and correct the answers that they write in the when they make the notes. The teacher has to correct the notebook, right? So I would ask the robot to do that. And yeah, that is what I can ask my robot to do for me. Thank you, Toastmaster Isha. Back to you.
Fine. Does Suchita want to go next? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You are training your robot to speak conversationally. What all must you teach it? Come what may, these are the things he must talk about.
So I got a robot and I named it Shibu. Shibu is not knowing anything, but I need to teach him, but either as an integrate the things in it. So me and my son started integrating Shibu every day. The important things which I integrated in Shibu is relatively once the person come in our home, how to treat. Few things, important things, once we are not around in the home, what he has to do. I also teach him how to help my son, or maybe as an play along with him. So few days later, once we taught everything to Shibu, it started working very well. And therefore, our robot is nice and well maintained at our home and staying with us. Over to you.
Okay. Can I give chance to Jitin?
Yeah, Isha.
Yeah. So does the robots taking over the world worry you? Why do you think so?
Robots are taking over the world. I think this is such a broad topic on which I can talk entire day, but I will talk more that how robot is evolving. I think one of the guests talk about that robot can work without getting tired, but which is not the case. If you would have read recently that there was a robot in Korea who committed suicide because he was overworked. He was designed to work in restaurant, but he was working in an industry. And ultimately he was overworked. After 5 days, he committed suicide. So now robots have become more emotional. Sreehari mentioned about the robot of Sophia. She is the first robot which can feel our emotions. So you can imagine where they have reached. And if you talk about 2050, I don't think people will marry. They will marry robots because they are the one who will listen to your every instruction, what you're doing, and they will obey without any, asking or denying that, I cannot do this. They will do what you want to ask them to do. So that is the first thing. At the same time, now, if you talk about the defense, robots are getting more and more popular. If you take example of drone, how they have completely revolutionized the way wars are fought. So in in future generations, definitely it's not the human who will fight for you. It's the robots who will be there, and it's the agility and then how much payload they can carry that matters. It's not the human who will, it's more that how you can control and make them maneuver in those wars. In addition to that, if you talk about medical, it's already there. You might have seen that they're already performing surgeries with a precision. You don't need doctor, only you just need someone who knows where to cut what. So with that, I think it has completely transformed how human works. And in coming future, I think there would be a completely different world altogether. And I'm sure that they should not replace our human mind. The only thing what differentiates between us and robots is our mind. Thank you.
Can I call Deepa?
Yeah, I can. I am here. Unfortunately, I'm not able to come on video, but I can take up the topics.
Yeah. Okay. So, would you be comfortable seeing a robot doctor or a robot nurse? So, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah. So, what is the time limit? Sorry, I can talk about it. Is it like 1 or 2 minutes or?
1 to 2 minutes.
Good evening, everyone. So interestingly, this is a very important topic for me because health is wealth, right? So having someone consulting at whenever you need is a blessing, right? So I think robot doctors comes as a blessing for your health. When you really need them, they are near your doorstep or helping you. So I would like to have robots definitely assisting in giving advice about my health. And I think it would be a blessing if I have, right? So even when I think about a surgery, if at all in past I have to undergo a surgery, I would prefer that I go undergo surgery with surgical robots because the precision of the surgical robots is very high, right? And obviously assisted by the normal doctors. So overall, I think I like the concept of having assisted by robotic doctors. Because it's easily accessible and they are there whenever you need, right? And they are assisting you with a lot of data. So I would really recommend having assisted by a robotic doctor. Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone.
Okay. So, Diana said that her human life owner and old now in life, robotic is human life does make a more work in whole environment home. I take relax on chair or sleep. That's what. Thank you. Okay. Next, can I call Rashmeet to speak on a topic?
Yeah, Isha, you can continue.
Yeah. Next, can I call Rashmi to speak on a topic? Or anyone else wants to go? Rishi?
You can call Bindu Joseph.
Okay, okay. Okay, Bindu, would you like to speak on a topic?
Okay. I mean, what's it? Actually, no, but I'm going to be a sport and I'll take a topic.
Okay. What's your take on robots and the environment?
Robots and the environment. Now, Let's see, what sort of environment are you talking about? The micro environment, a home environment, your work environment, your leisure environment? Well, let's try them one after another. Talk about home environment. Someone said that robotic vacuum cleaners are not for the Indian home. I will absolutely agree. I'm a person who has never had a maid in her entire life. And this is absolute truth. This is not a fib. But then I got my flooring done with wood. I mean, entirely done with wood. And some bright friend of mine said that, why don't you buy a robo? Eureka Forbes has one, and not too expensive. And for the first time in my life, I was totally gullible and I did buy it. And believe me, I agree absolutely 100%, 200% with Toastmaster of the day that there is too much clutter in an Indian household to confuse your robot. I actually spend more time chasing the robot and dislodging it than I would have actually done if I had swept it myself. So robots in that local small environment, no go. But then robots in my environment, let's talk about the workplace. Yes, robots are making strides in the workplace. I'm an oncologist and we have to deal with all sorts of robots. And in my particular field, radiation oncology, we have robots to deliver radiation to you. But unlike our table topic speaker, believe me, robots cannot do it on their own. They do need doctors, and actually they need more experienced, skillful, knowledgeable, trained, and certified doctors to actually control the robots. Otherwise, God help you if you are under the arms of that particular robot. So work environment, it is a V for victory. Home environment, no. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster, table topic master.
Does Samita want to take a chance?
Yeah, sure. But sorry, I can't come on camera.
No problem. What are some of the future uses of robot? How many can you imagine?
Future. Oh my God, I love to imagine the future. What would I like the robot to do? First and foremost, they cannot replace human beings. Never, never ever. Can they help us? Yes, definitely they can help us. Whatever, wherever we find that human beings are, it's difficult to access, it is hazardous, there the robots are an absolute blessing to us. Maybe deep down in the ocean, cleaning of the ocean, cleaning of the gutters for that matter, planting thousands of trees, or going out in places where there is radiation. Whom do we need? Of course, the robots. They can be programmed in a way where they can go there and help us. We have seen robots trying to be the chef, trying to serve food, or be an assistant. An assistant to a doctor? Yes, they can be an assistant, but not the doctor themselves. Because we do not have that sort of a robot right now who can think with empathy and deal with patients. It's not only about the technical aspect that a doctor has to deal. The doctor has to deal with the emotional aspect also. So there, as a helper, definitely yes. As a main person taking decision, no, I don't imagine a robot to be that. Will robots be every part of our life? Yes, they will definitely be in every part of our life. Let it be going from one place to another. We might be having cars which are driven by robots. We might have trains which the robot is a driver. Would I love to sit in such a train? I have my own apprehensions, definitely. I trust a human being more than I do to a robot. But That will be the future, I believe, and we have to accept it. Over to you, table topic master.
Okay. Can we have Toastmaster Mukund speak on a topic?
Sure, Toastmaster Esha.
Yeah.
Sorry, I may not be able to come on the camera.
It's okay. Shall I give the topic?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. Which professions will be fully replaced by robots? What do you think?
Thank you, Toastmaster Esha, for that wonderful topic. Well, I can think of host of issues that can be replaced by a robot, like what has already been spoken in this very meeting. It can be an assistant to a doctor. You can have a driverless metro. You can have driverless cars. You can have robots doing certain errands for you in the home, and have robots do all those tasks that are unable for humans to do, like what was told earlier, like cleaning the ocean or planting trees, etc. So these kind of activities can definitely be done by a robot. Uh, but again, as was mentioned earlier, it lacks emotion or empathy. That human touch is what is required now or in the future. That is something which is extremely important. We can't become totally emotionless or totally behave like with lack of empathy, etc. Humans will be humans, come what may, right? Robots will be robots. But again, there is certain apprehension that robots can become humans, right? They may start behaving emotionally, like I mentioned at the beginning, in the beginning about Hindi movie, where the robot starts becoming very, in a very emotional way and starts falling in love with the heroine, etc. But I don't know. That I think the director has stretched his imagination a little bit while producing or directing that movie. But you never know what can happen in the future. Emotion-filled robot, I don't know. I keep my fingers crossed that such a thing does not happen. Humans should remain happen. Just imagine robots walking around all over the place and with no humans ever, right? That's a scary situation to think of. But having said that, yeah, wherever there are rules-driven tasks, a robot will play an excellent role. Where there is a judgment required, humans are still required. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster.
Okay, thank you for the wonderful speeches, the table topic speeches. And let's wind up and give it back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, table topic master. You sing the table topic session with the theme of the day. A huge round of applause to you. And to all the speakers who have attempted it. Fantastic, guys. I'd like to confirm with the timer, are there any disqualifications here?
Yeah, so there is only one disqualification. So Akhila is like she spoke 57 seconds. Others are qualified.
All right. All right, now I'd like to invite back to the general evaluator of the day. Over to you, general evaluator Jitender.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sreehari. Moving on to our evaluation section, let's start with our speech evaluation first. So our first evaluator is Yogita, who is evaluating Smruti. So please let me introduce Yogita first. So Yogita is go with the flow and joyful person. She always been a people's person. So enjoying her phase as a HR and image and soft skill trainer. Beyond 9 to 5 hustle, she finds her dancing, reading mind-bending books, exploring new places, or experimenting with different food. So let's invite Yogita, Toastmaster Yogita, to evaluate Smruti.
Thank you, General Evaluator. My target speaker, Toastmaster Smruti. What a wonderful speech, I must say. There was only one speech today, and that was absolutely brilliant, I must say. Let me start by saying that your introduction, the way you framed it, It was a very smart move. Gulping water and asking a question right at the beginning, it was unique and engaging. And I had my eyes glued to what am I going to hear, or whether you've forgotten the speech, or what is it going to happen. When you tied it to your feeling of underconfident and nervousness, and this honest and relatable moment, it immediately mollified any tension that was there in my mind when I was listening. And it must have captured the audience attention because I was hooked onto your story. The way you explained the title, the triad, after that, that was really interesting and captivating. And you also included your mother's element, which added a personal touch that made the introduction very, very powerful. Your exploration of strengths and weakness, it was both balanced and honest, and it takes ample guts to tell it on a platform like this. It offered a genuine glimpse into your journey. The concept of your speech, the concept of triad, was seamlessly integrated into your speech. It showed your creativity, and it showed that you had deeply understood the topic. It was evident you had put a lot of thought while structuring your speech. Since the purpose of this project was for you to share an aspect of your experience as a prodigy and develop an understanding of Toastmasters mentoring, you did a commendable job. You clearly conveyed your mentoring journey and how it has shaped you. However, I feel adding a bit more detail about the mentoring process and its impact on you could further emphasize your points and provide a richer understanding. We were more hooked onto your personal story. Nonetheless, your body language and hand gestures were absolutely perfect. They were syncing with your words, making your presence felt, and every action was felt on stage. You exuded immense confidence and maintained brilliant eye contact. And I must say, you have a natural storytelling ability, and that definitely makes the speech more engaging. I only felt, just to add on, I only felt that your speech did slow down towards the end. Although you finished with a strong and impactful conclusion, like how exactly is how impactful it is in your life, and how Toastmasters has helped you with that. But the way you articulated your final message and your speech before the conclusion, just before the conclusion, the space was not in sync. Okay, I only have 3 recommendations overall. Just that I felt your energy at the last was a bit less. So I would advise you to avoid any slowdown. Mentoring, while you did explain mentoring, I was not very thoroughly convinced. I would have wanted more of mentoring element earlier in your speech, which like adding more detail about your prodigy experience would weave it more seamlessly into your narrative and enhance its impact. Engagement, I would suggest keep using your personal stories and elements that resonate with the audience, that tactic that you always use. And I've always loved hearing to your stories and speeches. They are the best part. Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed listening to your speech. You demonstrate excellent confidence, presentation skills, and a well-structured speech. Good job on this. Thank you so much. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yogita. This small recommendation while you're evaluating Smruti, what I observed that you started with her story narration, and then in between, again, you jumped to the recommendation. Again, you came back to the story recommendation, and again, in the end, you gave 3 recommendations. So sometimes speaker get confused with the evaluation that what exactly evaluator wants to convey. So I think it's good to divide the evaluation, maybe either sandwich method or maybe what is good, speaker has talked about it, and then afterwards you can give the recommendation. For me, if I am as a third person, I felt a little bit confused with your evaluation. So maybe a little bit more streamlined when you give the evaluation. And I'm sure you see as a seasoned Toastmaster, you can easily incorporate these small things to make it better next time. So thank you. And one recommendation for Smruti, because when you started enacting the role with your mother, what I felt is your body language and expressions were not in line with the content. It's like you were smiling and then you were expressing that, enacting the content, but it was not going with the content itself. So maybe little bit when you're expressing or showcasing that little bit of more emotions and little bit seriousness, on your face could improve further, to take your speech to next level. Otherwise, I thoroughly enjoyed your speech and I was hooked to your story. So thank you so much. Now, moving on to our, we don't have second evaluator because there was only one speech. So let me invite our Toastmaster Mukund to evaluate table topics. Mukund, so let me introduce Mukund. He's a financial professional working for Capgemini as a director. He has been president of Smedley Speaker Society twice. He loves reading, public speaking. Currently, he is learning golf. So, over to you, Mukund. Toastmaster Mukund.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. All right, let's go one by one. The first speaker was Dr. Nupur. You are a sports coach who wants a robot to help you. I have to tell you, Dr. Nupur, that your take on the topic had an opening, it had a body, and it had a conclusion. What an excellent way of attempting a table topic. Your opening, since you're so much related to health, you very cleverly related the topic to your area of expertise, which is health, and said that why it's a human tendency to repeat and why you need a robot to coach. You need a robot to coach all the repetitive activities that you have to do, and you can focus on the more important things that a doctor has to be doing. Very excellent take, very well done. I would suggest that next time when you take a table topic, you should challenge yourself to use a little bit of body language and facial expressions, if possible. I know it's difficult given this is a virtual meeting, but I would suggest that you challenge yourself to do that. Your entire table topic will be complete. Coming to Mr. Manish, why robots are better than human employees? Mr. Manish, I think you repeated the topic first, but then you came out with a very hilarious take on yourself on the topic. You said that you spoke about the house help, how they avoid work by giving lame excuses, and then you have to pay them extra, and then etc. etc. And then you will have to butter them and everything. It was a kind of a hilarious take, if you ask me. But then that was very smart of you to very quickly think about that and say why robots are better than human employees. I found a little bit of rambling towards the end about you paying extra money and just to fill in the time, etc. But other than that, I think your take was very well on this on the topic. The third speaker was Shravan. So Shravan, robots write a blog on your behalf and you're accused of copying. You asked the table topic master to repeat the topic, and then you suddenly took a take on the topic saying that if regulations are not in place, you could allow a robot to copy, etc., and you really don't have to defend yourself. But you also said that you will put in a clause and you're an ethical person, and then you will put a clause in the designing of the robo where it doesn't copy, etc. I also found a little bit of rambling towards the end of your speech, like pay penalty and a little bit of like pay penalty, etc. for copying and all. You could have avoided that. It's not necessary that you have to complete the entire 2 minutes. If your content is really rich, you can just fix to the timelines that is currently there in table topics. Then we have Sunil Gupta, design a name of a robo. What are your thoughts? So, Sunil, I think your thought process went to think that how will a robo help me in any way? And again, it was kind of funny that you said that you will name the robo Sunil number 2, which is going to be a clone of yourself. And again, you took the route of where it can become a household help and it will replace your tasks, etc. Very well done. But I think you didn't speak for enough time. You took very less time. You could have spoken of so many other things that you could give a name, so many other reasons for giving Sunil number 2 a name to your robo. and you could have spoken about that as well. Then came Akhila Maddi. If I was a school teacher, what tasks I would give to a robo? You took a pause initially, and but then you very cleverly listed out all the activities which are kind of rule-based and which really doesn't need human judgment that a school teacher has to do. You were very quick in thinking those tasks, and you came out with those tasks. You could have continued it a little further. You took very less time in speaking, and you could have spoken of so many other things about monitoring the students, etc., which all the tasks that a school teacher did, and could have utilized the full time. Then we have Suchita. What will you teach your robot to talk? I think you came out first, you named your robot. That was the best part. You called it Shibu. A very interesting start to the table topic. And then you said, you spoke about you'll teach the robo how to treat guests, what it needs to do when you're not around, and how you will teach your robot to play along with your son, etc. So these are the thoughts that came to your mind. Maybe you could have gone a little bit extra on this since you also took very less time. You just crossed over a minute, I guess, and spoken of so many other things. You could have extended it to your workplace and so on, so that you could have, at least touched 1.5 to 2 minutes of time for your topic. Then came Jitendra. Jitendra, robos taking over the world, does that worry you? I have to tell you, Jitendra, you are very quick in thinking of a current situation that is currently making the rounds, right? A robo which committed suicide was there in the newspapers, and you very cleverly related to it. You took a bit from Sreehari's talks. Your presence of mind is really great over here, and you said that robots are also becoming emotional, and they are becoming popular. You also took a stab at how in future robots will replace humans in wars, right? And you're apprehensive that the robots might replace humans overall, not just wars and overall. Very well done. And you spoke for a full minute. Maybe if you next time, maybe you can challenge yourself with coming out with some kind of a opening body conclusion so that there will be an entire structure to your table topic. Then we have Deepa. Deepa, comfortable seeing a robot as a doctor or as a nurse. So you checked on the time first, whether what is actually time given to you. And then you started off by greeting everyone. That's a very good way to start because it will give you some time to think about the topic while you are greeting, taking a little bit of a late start. You can take up to 10 seconds to start in table topics, I assume. And then by that time, I think you had got your thoughts organized, and then you said health is wealth, and robo doctors have come as a blessing. You prefer robos, assisted by a doctor, and very cleverly you gave reasons. So I think it was a well-rounded table topic that you attempted, but I thought you took a little less time. And maybe you should challenge yourself to come out with more relevant ideas in the given time and touch 2 minutes. Then we have Bindu Joseph, take on robots and the environment. So again, Bindu, you did a clever thing by repeating the topic, which gave you some time to think about what you have to speak. You analyzed various environments, but you stuck to one environment, which is the home environment. Locals in local environment, no go, but at workplace, it would be of great service. Sorry, you didn't stick to one environment. You spoke about your workplace also, and you said it would be of great service. And I think your speech had good vocabulary in it, in your speech. Although you were hesitant initially, but I think you did a very good job in your table topics. Congratulations for that. Then came Samita, future uses of robo. I think Samita started off with a melodrama. Oh my God, future. Now there was some kind of a melodrama that was there, your opening of your table topic. Then you went on to the body, like saying, they are a blessing, and where it is, it has to be used in those activities which makes it difficult for humans, etc. And then you ended up by saying that it will be a part of our life, and although we are apprehensive about it, but we have to stick with it. A very good take. I don't have any further suggestions as you utilize your full time, Samita. So this is what I have for the evaluators, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mukund. I think you have done a fabulous job in evaluating so many people who have spoken on the robo. I think there's a small suggestion. If you could, slow down while evaluating so many people, I think that would be great. Otherwise, it was outstanding. Now, let me call upon my TAGL team to further evaluate the people. So, first and foremost, let me call Timer. Timer, could you please share the report?
Yeah, sure. So there are two disqualifications. One from the speech. So Smriti took 7 seconds extra, and from the table topic session, Akhila took she spoke less than 1 minute, so she is disqualified. Also, Yogita took 20-second more. She took 3 minutes 50 seconds. So these three are disqualified. Other than that, like everybody is qualified. So I'm going to share these all report in the chat. Thank you, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amit, for sharing the timer report. Let me call upon our counter, Sourabh. Toastmaster Sourabh, could you please share the counter report?
So most of the speakers have not crossed the limit, and it's fine, but our couple of speakers have crossed the limit, especially on the R count, I would say. So I think that way we may look into it, so looking forward to rectifying the same. I'll share the report over the chat as well.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sourabh, for sharing the counter report. Now, let me invite our grammarian Toastmaster Himanshu.
Thank you, General Evaluator, sir. And let me share the report for the today's meeting. Unfortunately, the word of the day, nor the phrase of the day was used. So maybe I need to work on a more simpler word for future. Second, there were a lot of phrases that were used. For example, 100 called stress is like redundant, apprehension were used. Some of the areas where one can work upon are somebody said me and my son. It should have been my son and me. Secondly, throughout the meeting we talked a lot about robots. Now robots are not gendered, so the proper pronoun is it, not him or her. That needs to be taken into account. So these are the few suggestions from my end. Over to you, General Evaluator, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Himanshu, for sharing the grammarian report. Okay, let me give you the quick feedback on. I think we still have the timer listener left. So first, let me invite our Toastmaster Ganesh, our listener for today.
Am I audible?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so ready for the questions? What is the first industrial robot? It was mentioned by Sreehari.
All right, it's Unimate.
You cannot tell
because nobody else.
Okay. Dr. Nupur quoted example sport. What was that? Talking about the sports, she gave an example.
Is it football?
Yeah, you're right. Toastmaster Munish said, what humans do, the robots doesn't do. What is that?
Take offs.
Sorry?
Take offs.
Excuses.
Leave.
Emotion.
No.
Give
Some
excuses.
type of thing. No.
Extra salary.
No, some said one word. I think I heard that word. Okay. So it is excuses. So humans give excuse, but robots doesn't. So Toastmaster Smriti, in her speech, she said the triad she mentioned was me, mom, and there is one more that she mentioned.
Our manager?
No.
Something my thought, me, mom, and my thought, something.
Me, mom, and?
Her thought.
No, her.
Me, mom, and ego.
Ego. Her ego.
Ego? Any other try?
Attitude?
No. That is a giant monster.
Anxiety. Stress.
She said the giant monster. Okay. Do I have time?
Yes.
Yeah, you can ask.
So Toastmaster Deepa shows which one of these, a doctor or a nurse?
Doctor.
Yeah, that's correct. What is the profession of Toastmaster Bindu?
She's the oncologist doctor.
Yeah. Right. What are the two movies, English movies that came out of what Sreehari asked? The robotic movies.
Terminator.
iRobot.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I had. Over to you, Toastmaster Jitender. Thank you all for your response.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ganesh, for asking the question and keep us engaged. So let me quickly evaluate my TAGL team. Let me start with the timer. Toastmaster Amit, I think when you are explaining your role, the synchronization between the cards and then when you are explaining the timer, it was not matching. So maybe next time you can little bit practice so that people understand that at 2 minutes what kind of card would be displayed, and then they will be able to connect in a much better way. So that's a small suggestion from my end. And coming to R counter, of course, you have when you explain the R counter role, I think it's good to mention that why it is important to avoid the R counters within your speech. So that will help us to pay more closer attention and how we can avoid that. And when you presented the report, it's also highlight maybe one or two filler words which were mostly used within the meeting, and then how we can avoid what are different practices we should do. Maybe we can take a pause or maybe think before we speak. So there are different ways you can manage those R counter filler words. So maybe some suggestion would help everyone to overcome R counter challenges. When it comes to grammarian, the word of the day was mollify. I remember that Smriti used that, so maybe you need to be a little bit more attentive that word of the day is used during the meeting. Coming to our listener Ganesh, he energized all of us with the question, but maybe just to encourage people in the beginning, it's better to ask some simplified questions so that everyone is eager to answer. I think that's a small suggestion from my end. Now, if I want to evaluate from beginning, give me a moment, please. Yeah, so we started our meeting on time, and Sergeant Ram, Yogita explained the role really well. followed by your presiding officer, Mita. You engaged the guest quite well and you made them comfortable to speak and share. So that was quite good. Also, now it comes to TM of the day, Sreehari. I think you were taking that role first time and you did amazing job. I can understand that you had no knowledge that how this role is, framed, but this was your first time and you have attempted really well. The topic which you have selected was robot, and everyone thought could correlate with different things. And so kudos to that, the topic what you have chose, because everyone could relate. Some suggestions which you can incorporate for the next time when you take up this role, because this is the role which take most of the time during entire meeting. You started at the very monotonous tone. There was lack of energy. So when you start the meeting, ensure that you involve the audience so that they could correlate with the topic. Maybe in the beginning, that would be, if you make it more engaging, that would be great. And when you show, when you were sharing the slides, it came at the very last. So I think it's good to share maybe after 2-3 minutes so that people would be hooked to the content, that what's coming up next. Of course, I know that you are coming from an engineering background and you're studying that. So most of the content was more of a technical term. So you need to understand the audience and build the story around it. Whether it's a walking robot or it's a humanoid, how we can connect with our life. I think that is something which was missing. You were able to explain industrialization, but if you can simplify it further, I think definitely it will take it to the next level. And I'm sure you were confident when you're talking. So these small things can be, of course, taken care. And then by looking at all the audience, of course, you can evolve the content further. Then we have, yep. Then our table topic master, Toastmaster Isha. When you were explaining the table topic master role, I would say it's more of a linear and flat. There was no smile on your face, because table topic master has to smile. That is the time when guest and audience connect with you. So you need to bring up that on your face. I think that was missing in the beginning, but later on, once you started with the different topics, you were cheerful and people were eager to take up the table topic. One small suggestion regarding the Mithila, whom you had given the very tough topic, and she was attempting the table topic for the first time. So it would be one recommendation is it's good to give a simpler topic, or if she's stuck, it's good to encourage her, maybe give some hints, and that will boost her confidence and she will share her ideas in a much better way. So yeah, that's it from my end. And one thing I want to highlight is Sreehari, Toastmaster Sreehari, you have acknowledged Dina's presence when you were explaining and sharing this robot. So that was very great, because that shows the inclusivity within our team meetings. Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed and it was a great meeting. Thank you, and over to you, TMOD, Toastmaster Sreehari.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for such a detailed and elaborate evaluation. Thank you. Now that we are nearing to the end, I request the Zoom master to launch the polls. Meanwhile, I can start giving a closure to this, my topic. Let me share my screen. All right. Now I want to have a quick robot reality check. Now tell me, how many of you seen this video of Will Smith being on a date with Sophia robot? Anybody seen this YouTube video? Okay, then I recommend you all. I hope I'm audible. This you can see my slide, right?
Yeah, we can see. Yes.
Okay, so it's a hilarious video. You must all watch. Now, let me share you an interesting story. I have been fortunate enough to work with Sophia-like robot from Hanson Robotics while I was interning at IISc Bangalore. It's called Asha Robot, same as Sophia but Indian attire. We were uh, preparing Asha for a small event wherein she has to greet people with smile and give a salute this way. There were a lot of people involved in programming for just a few seconds of event, from engineers to social robot psychologists, and it showed a lot of problems with motors, breakages, and so on. So forget about humanoid robots getting citizenships. We are far from making it self-sufficient. So sorry guys, it's a bad robot. Next, okay. So this company has been doing R&D for decades to reach to this point. Now I'll put a wild analogy. Let's imagine charismatic actors like Jackie Chan or Rajnikant. They'd have to rehearse hundreds of countless number of times to deliver one stunt or punchy dialogues with precision and style. So robotic engineers meticulously program and refine the movements, and it's far unlikely for robots to dance this way. Okay, can anybody recognize what this robot is? It's from a Netflix show named Black Mirror. This is a very dark episode, a very dystopian view they have showed. From one of the episode of the Netflix, I highly recommend you watch this. So how far away are we from robots going rogue like that? Can probably run for 5 minutes and batteries would run out. Again, we are far away from robots being self-awareness and having consciousness. All right, now talking to the realistic robots, let me share this video. This was developed by a startup that I work for. It can walk on different terrains like grass here and concrete. And so, yeah, we didn't call the dogs, by the way. They came here to see what's happening here. All right, now let's address the elephant in the room, or rather, I should say, robot in the room, asking the very infamous question, will robot take over us? Are they going to replace us? I honestly don't think so. And more importantly, I'm not an expert. I have been a novice in this field. I'm genuinely curious to hear from you all. I believe we have a couple more minutes, and I know there are doctors here, teachers here, and entrepreneurs. Over the years, I would like to hear from them how robotics or AI have evolved and impacted their immediate works. Any volunteers?
May I?
Sure.
Samita here. Yeah. So as a school principal, what I would love AI to help me is basically with the repetitive tasks, especially when someone is unable to grasp something. So I would love to have that robot help that person, maybe not once, but with different methods to make that child learn. one method doesn't fit everyone. Someone might be good in auditory learning, someone might be good in visual learning. So let the robot identify what is the learning style and accordingly teach the child, so that no one in a class can say that I don't understand. That would be one. Second, I would definitely take away all the work of computing, that is marks giving and computing that we usually do, filling up of marks and filling the forms. All these things AI can help us with it. Once a child comes to the class, all his data or her data has been there, and that can just be used in the subsequent years instead of hand filling what we do at present. So these are the two major things that I would love.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for that, for your valuable insights. All right, that's the closure to the meeting we have. This is my first speech ever. I thank you all for being here and listening. Thank you. Now I pass on the baton to the presiding officer. Over to you, Mita, ma'am.
Yes. So thank you so much for Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Sreehari Acharya. Let's give a huge round of applause. Such a wonderful, like you have given ideas for the robots and like information about the robotics. So very good, informative. And now, thank you for Toastmaster and the wonderful your team. Thank you for General Evaluator for your evaluation. Thank you for all the role takers and the TTM Toastmaster Esha. Thank you for your role taking. Wonderful topics and everyone enjoyed. And thank you for Toastmaster Table Topic Evaluator, Toastmaster Mukund Joshi, for such a wonderful evaluation. Thank you for guests and keep joining our club meeting. And the results for today's meeting are ready. So for today's favorite table topic speaker, Diana and Bindu Joseph. Let's give a big, huge round of applause to both of them. Next, we have a favorite auxiliary role player, Sourabh Seth and Himanshu Avasti. Main role player, today's Toastmaster of the Day, Sreehari Acharya. So now all these roles are there. I just request few guests are there. I think okay, Rishi, can you give your introduction? Like, are you able to say about your introduction? About how what is your thing? How you felt about the today's meeting? Rishi Ravindra. Okay. Next, Deepa.
Yeah, hi, I'm Deepa here. So
Yes.
I am from Bangalore and I work as a software engineer. Today's Toastmaster session was very motivating. First of all, I liked the speech. I like the tried concept, and I also it was a surprise for me that I was invited as a guest speaker. So I thoroughly enjoyed that moment as well. I learned a lot by listening in. So thank you everyone for making my day.
Thank you so much. Then you can reach out to our VP memberships. Like we have a Toastmaster Smriti, Toastmaster Gauri Aggarwal, and Toastmaster Paduka. You can reach out and you'll get more information about our club and meetings and everything. We are conducting 3 days in a week, so you can reach out to them. Thank you, Diana. Thank you. Then Yeah, next anyone, any guest is there? Okay, can I have a thing like anyone, members? Gaurav, can you just say how was the today's meeting? Toastmaster Gaurav?
ওটা আজকে পড়েনি সৌরভ দত্ত থাকলে পড়ে দেয় এরা কেউ somehow ওটাকে ভুলে গেছে
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mita ma'am, yeah. I mean, today's meeting was really insightful, actually. It was a different meeting. We learned a lot about robotics, and I think
Yes.
Sherry did a good job. And yeah, it was interesting. It was really interesting today.
Thank you so much. Okay, now we have Samita Kar.
Hello.
Yeah, you can give your, like, how you felt about today's meeting.
This is my home.
Yeah,
So,
yes.
yeah, I do
Only
come back.
Toastmasters Samita Kar, because you're
Yes,
not a guest, but
It
today
was a lovely meeting as always. Lots of learning. Every time I log on, I listen to all these. Today, I loved the way the table topics were evaluated. And, we strive every day to become better in our speech. And these evaluations help us to elevate ourselves to the next level. And it is so nice to see everyone coming, participating, and making this meeting a success. So over to you.
Thank you so much. Toastmaster Bindu? Oh, she's left, I think. Okay. Rishi, are you? Okay. Next, we have next Saturday, we have our meeting, hybrid, and we will be meeting like 10 a.m. at 91 Springboard near Vivekananda metro station. So next to CV Raman Hospital, Indranagar, Bangalore. And it was a very wonderful, like we had a very great members and the thing, great meeting. And by this, I adjourn today's meeting. Thank you for all. Thank you. Good night. Good night, Diana.